Sally Moscid walks into Judge Caprio's courtroom looking absolutely exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, scrubs still on from her shift. She's a newly certified CNA who just finished a brutal 16-hour shift at Rhode Island Hospital. And now she's here to face a red light violation. But here's what makes this case extraordinary. Sally doesn't make excuses. She doesn't lie. She admits exactly what she did with such honest humor that the entire courtroom starts smiling, and then something unexpected happens. A SWAT team inspector stands up in the courtroom and says something that changes everything. Before we reveal what Inspector Carey said that turned this traffic case into one of the most heartwarming moments in Providence Municipal Court history, I need you to hit that subscribe button right now, because we're racing towards 600,000 subscribers, and 97% of viewers still haven't subscribed to the narrator. If this story about healthcare heroes getting the recognition they deserve touches your heart, leave a comment below. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Judge Caprio's decision in this case wasn't just about traffic laws. It was about honoring the people who save lives every single day. Here's a question. Have you ever been so tired from work that you made a mistake? Because what happened to Sally Moscid proves that sometimes the system recognizes that exhaustion from helping others deserves compassion, not punishment. Wednesday afternoon, 3:20 p.m., Providence Municipal Court. Judge Frank Caprio looks up from his files as the bailiff calls the next case. Sally Moscid, citation for failure to stop at a red light. Sally walks in, and immediately you can tell this woman is running on fumes. She's still wearing her hospital scrubs, light blue with cartoon characters on them, the kind CNAs wear to make patients smile. Her hair is pulled back in a practical ponytail. Her shoes are the comfortable nursing kind that squeaks slightly on the courtroom floor. But it's her eyes that tell the real story. This is someone who hasn't slept properly in what looks like days. Miss Moscid. Judge Caprio begins warmly, immediately noticing her condition. Please approach. I can see you came straight from work. Sally walks to the podium with a tired smile. Yes, Your Honor. Rhode Island Hospital. Just finished a double shift about an hour ago. A double shift? How long were you working? 16 hours, Your Honor. 3 p.m. yesterday to 7 a.m. this morning. Then I had to be here by 3, so I just stayed up. She laughs a little, the kind of exhausted laugh that says she's too tired to even be stressed about court. Judge Caprio's expression softens immediately. Anyone can see this woman is a healthcare worker who's been taking care of others all night. Miss Moscid, you're a CNA, correct? Yes, Your Honor. Just got certified 3 months ago. Still pretty new, but I love the work, even when it's exhausting. There's genuine warmth in her voice when she talks about her job. Well, let's talk about why you're here. You're cited for running a red light on Hope Street. Can you tell me what happened? Sally takes a breath, and what comes next is so honest and unexpectedly funny that the entire courtroom atmosphere shifts. Your Honor, I'm not going to lie to you because I'm too tired to make up a good story anyway. The courtroom chuckles. Even Judge Caprio smiles. I appreciate the honesty already, Ms. Moscid. So, here's what happened. I was driving home after my shift, and I came to this intersection. There was a red light, and in my very tired brain I thought to myself, okay, I'll just yield through it. Judge Caprio raises his eyebrows. Yield through a red light? I know. Sally puts her hand to her forehead, laughing at herself. It made perfect sense at the time, Your Honor. In my exhausted brain, I was like, there's no cars coming, I'll just slow down and go through carefully. Like it was a yield sign, not a stop sign, not a red light, just yield. The courtroom is smiling now. There's something disarming about her complete honesty and self-awareness. Ms. Moscid, you understand that red lights don't work that way. Oh, I am very aware now, Your Honor. Especially when I saw the police lights behind me. That woke me up real fast. She mimics sudden alertness, eyes going wide. Suddenly I was like, yeah, what was I thinking? That's not a thing. Judge Caprio is trying not to laugh. So, you're admitting you ran the red light? 100%, Your Honor. I didn't stop. I definitely didn't stop. I sort of rolled through carefully, but that's still running it. I know that. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm just explaining that my brain was running on maybe 3 hours of sleep over 2 days and apparently thought traffic laws were negotiable. Subscribe to the narrator if you believe healthcare workers deserve recognition for their sacrifice and service. Judge Caprio pulls up the traffic camera footage on the courtroom monitor. Ms. Moscid, let's look at the video together. Sally watches the screen, already cringing. Oh boy, here we go. The footage shows exactly what she described. Sally's car approaches the red light, slows down significantly, but doesn't stop, looks both ways, then proceeds through the intersection carefully. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Sally confirms. I can see why the officer stopped me. That's definitely running a red light, even if I was going super slow. Judge Caprio studies the footage. Miss Moscid, I see you did slow down considerably, and you clearly looked for traffic, but you're right, you didn't stop. No, Your Honor. I was trying to do this weird safety yield thing that doesn't exist in traffic law. The prosecutor speaks up. Your Honor, the violation is clear. Ms. Moscid has admitted to the offense, and the video confirms it. The fine would be $85. Sally's face falls slightly at the amount. $85 might not sound like much to some people, but for a newly certified CNA who just worked 16 hours, it's a hit to the budget. Judge Caprio notices the reaction. Miss Moscid, is $85 a problem for you? Sally straightens up, showing dignity despite exhaustion. Your Honor, if I have to pay it, I'll pay it. I did run the light. CNAs don't make a ton of money, you know, and I'm still paying off my certification courses. But it's okay. I made the mistake. There's no pleading, no begging, just honest acknowledgement of both the violation and the financial reality. Judge Caprio is clearly considering something when suddenly someone stands up in the back of the courtroom. Your Honor, may I address the court? Everyone turns. A man in plain clothes, but with an unmistakable air of law enforcement authority, stands up. His badge is visible on his belt. Providence Police Department. Judge Caprio looks surprised but interested. Please identify yourself for the record. Inspector Michael Carey, Providence Police, SWAT Division. I've been sitting in on proceedings today for a case later on the docket. Inspector Carey, you have something to say about Miss Moscid's case? Sally looks confused and a little nervous. She has no idea who this man is or why he's speaking up. Inspector Carey steps forward, his voice respectful but firm. Your Honor, I don't know Miss Moscid personally, but I know exactly where she works and what she does, Rhode Island Hospital, CNA on the overnight shift. Sally nods, still confused about where this is going. Your Honor, I'm a SWAT inspector. My job involves high-risk situations, critical incidents, life and death decisions, and I can tell you from experience, what Ms. Moscid does every single night is just as demanding as what I do. The courtroom goes quiet. CNAs at Rhode Island Hospital work with the sickest patients. They're the ones responding when someone codes at 3 a.m. They're the ones holding hands when someone's dying. They're the ones doing the hardest, most physical, most emotionally draining work in that hospital. And they do it for wages that don't reflect how critical they are. Sally's eyes are starting to water. She clearly wasn't expecting anyone to speak up for her. Inspector Carey continues. Your Honor, I've worked 16-hour shifts. I know what that exhaustion feels like. I know what it's like to get in your car after a shift like that and have your brain working at maybe 50% capacity. And Ms. Moscid still had the presence of mind to slow down, look for traffic, and proceed carefully. Was it legal? No. But was it the action of someone trying to get home safely after saving lives all night? Absolutely. Judge Caprio listens with complete attention, clearly moved by the inspector's words. I'm not saying we should ignore traffic laws, Your Honor, but I am saying that context matters. Ms. Moscid wasn't joyriding. She wasn't texting and driving. She wasn't drunk. She was exhausted from taking care of our community's sickest people, and she made a tired mistake while trying to get home safely. Another voice from the courtroom. Your Honor, may I add something? Another man stands, also clearly law enforcement. Inspector Thomas Quinn, also Providence Police. I want to second everything Inspector Carey just said. Judge Caprio nods. Go ahead, Inspector Quinn. Your Honor, my mother was in Rhode Island Hospital last year. CNAs took care of her around the clock. They were the ones who noticed when she was declining. They were the ones who comforted her when she was scared. They probably saved her life by catching things early. And I know they were working those same exhausting shifts Ms. Moscid described. Sally is openly crying now, trying to wipe her tears discreetly. These healthcare workers are heroes, Your Honor. They don't get enough recognition. They don't get paid enough. And they sure as hell don't deserve to be punished for being human after saving lives all night. The courtroom erupts in spontaneous applause. Sally is covering her face, overwhelmed. Don't forget to subscribe to the narrator for more moments where humanity triumphs over bureaucracy. Judge Caprio waits for the applause to die down, then speaks directly to Sally. Miss Moscid, look at me, please. Sally wipes her eyes and looks up at the judge. Did you run that red light? Yes, Your Honor. Is that against the law? Yes, Your Honor. Should you have stopped completely? Absolutely, Your Honor. Judge Caprio nods. Good. Because I need you to understand that traffic laws exist for safety reasons. Red lights mean stop, not yield, not slow down, stop. I understand, Your Honor. I really do. However, Judge Caprio continues, his voice warming, I also need to acknowledge what Inspectors Carey and Quinn have said, because they're absolutely right. Context matters. Intent matters. And what you were doing when you made this mistake matters enormously. Sally holds her breath, not sure what's coming. Ms. Moscid, you spent 16 hours taking care of people who couldn't take care of themselves. You were running on fumes, exhausted from literally saving lives. And you made a judgment error while trying to get home safely. You weren't reckless. You weren't endangering anyone. You were a tired healthcare worker who thought she could yield through a red light. The courtroom chuckles warmly at the callback to Sally's earlier explanation. Now I could enforce this $85 fine. The law allows it. You admitted the violation. The evidence is clear. But you know what? The law also allows me to use discretion, to consider circumstances, to balance rules with humanity. Judge Caprio picks up his stamp, but it's not the fine enforcement stamp. Ms. Moscid, this citation is dismissed. No fine, no points, no penalty. Sally's hands fly to her mouth. Fresh tears start flowing. Your Honor, are you serious? Completely serious. You're free to go. But I ran the light. I admitted it. Yes, you did. And your honesty is part of why I'm dismissing this. You didn't make excuses. You didn't lie. You took responsibility. That matters to me. Judge Caprio leans forward. Ms. Moscid, I want you to know something. This courtroom, this city, this community, we see you. We see the work you do. We see the sacrifices you make. And we are grateful. Sally is sobbing now, unable to speak. You asked if $85 was a problem for you. Here's what I think is a problem. A healthcare worker who just saved lives for 16 hours having to pay a fine for being exhausted. That's the problem. So, I'm not going to add to your burden. I'm going to say thank you instead. The courtroom erupts in applause again. Inspectors Carey and Quinn are clapping. The prosecutor is smiling. Even the court staff looks emotional. Your Honor, Sally finally manages to say through tears, thank you so much. You have no idea what this means. I think I do, Ms. Moscid. Now go home, get some sleep, and please, next time you see a red light, even if you're exhausted, stop completely. I promise, Your Honor. Full stop every time. No more creative traffic interpretations. Judge Caprio laughs. Good. And Miss Moscid, keep doing what you're doing at the hospital. People like you are why the rest of us can have hope when we're sick or scared.